All right. Hi, everyone. Hope all is well with you guys. My name is Ali. In case we haven't connected already, I'm the founder of Click Typhoon, an SEO agency based in Toronto. In this video today, we're going to go ahead and cover how do you actually go about conducting an SEO audit for your website. Now, I've done more than 500 audits over the last year for different types of service businesses, as well as e-commerce stores, blogs. So whatever kind of industry or niche you're in, this video is going to apply to you. Now, when it comes to audits, there are so many different ways to go about doing it. I'm trying to narrow it down to the most important things to look at. And in this video, we're going to cover those most important factors so that you can quickly do an audit within 15 minutes max about everything that needs to be done in order for you to start ranking for a specific keyword. So whenever we kind of carry out audits and whenever we want to conduct an audit that's, quick and easy to see what the main issues are, it always really comes down to four things that we want to look at. Number one is something called technical SEO. Number two is on-page SEO. Number three is off-page SEO. And number four is really content creation. So we want to start off with our technical SEO because technical SEO is pretty much the foundation of your website. If your website isn't structured correctly, if it's extremely outdated and there's no pages on the site and it's a one-pager site, or if the website loads extremely slow, all of these things are going to create negative experiences for your potential customers. And at the same time, it's going to really hurt your rankings. So whenever we're doing a technical SEO, quick check for your audit, there's only really one tool that you want to use, and that's called Google PageSpeed Insights. So that's the first thing that I would start with. If you go ahead and you look up Google PageSpeed Insights, what I would do is head over to this website. And as you can see here, you can enter your web page URL. So I would start off with just taking your website. We're just going to use my website. I haven't updated it in a long time, so it'll probably be a very good example. And there's probably going to be a lot of errors on it, but you get the point on how to do it. So first thing that you're going to do is take your business's website. Once you take that URL, you're going to go ahead and paste it over here. And you're going to go ahead and click on Analyze. And you're just going to wait for it to run the analysis. And as you can see here, right off the bat, it always divides everything into two sections. There's mobile and there's desktop performance. Typically, your desktop performance should be higher, and typically your mobile performance is going to be a lot lower because it's just a little bit harder to optimize your website for performance when it comes to mobile devices. But it's very, very key that you focus on optimizing both. So that's why we start here with the technical check. So we're just going to wait for this to load so that we can see what it is we need to fix. It's going to diagnose all the issues that's going on with the site from a technical standpoint. And then after that, once it loads, we can see. So right now, I'm actually really surprised that this is the score for my website. But basically, you're going to get a score. So the score is going to be broken down to categories like this. The main ones that we're really looking for is the performance. Don't worry about the other ones because I'll help you with the SEO side of things later. But the first thing that you want to really look at is the performance. And this really gauges how fast your web page is loading. So this is basically, ideally you want your website to load in under 3 seconds. That's kind of the sweet spot. So in my case, my website is loading in 0.8 seconds. So that's very good. But as you can see here, there is a little bit of a slowness when it comes to the speed index. So you can see here that if I scroll down, there's diagnostics. And under diagnostics, we can actually see the things that we can do in order to optimize the speed better. So you could do these things right here. So saying reduce unused CSS. So here it's literally explaining what that is. Scrolling down here, it's saying, properly sized images. So maybe some of the images are too large. So ideally you can compress those images, make them smaller, because if the images are smaller, it's going to allow your website to load faster. So you could see that. So here it's telling you exactly what you need to fix. So as you can see here, the issue is actually with my logo. And if we scroll down here, it's telling you other things. So reduce unused JavaScript, avoid an excessive DOM size. So ideally you want to get your desktop score to 90 and above. Mobile, I would say around 80 and above. So you could see that my performance for my mobile is a lot lower. It's at 73. So this is something that I need to work on. For example, I need to fix getting this up to a score of 80 plus. So the main issue that I'm having with the mobile devices is that because the elements of the actual, pictures and the videos on the actual website are too large, they haven't been properly compressed for mobile devices. So that's why my loading speed is at 4.4 seconds, which is too slow. Ideally, like I said, we want to get this to around 3 seconds and below. So if you're not able to do these changes yourself, what I would recommend for you to do is look for a developer, or you could work with an agency. And what they would do is basically they'll probably have a developer on their team who can quickly fix all of these things. Usually they'll take no more than like $200 to fix all these issues right off the get-go and get that sorted right away. So that's what I would do. Or you can manually just follow exactly what it's saying here and fix it yourself. Obviously, that's going to take a little bit more time, but you can go ahead and try to compress your images. There are several plugins that you can use. I'll link a few in the description as well that you can use to actually shrink your images so that you can have a faster loading speed. But again, you could always just work with a developer who will help you with this. So the technical side of things is in the name, the most technical part of this whole audit. After that, everything else that we can cover is going to be something that you could just easily do yourself. So that would be, like I said, the first thing that I would look at. So the technical SEO. So again, if we write that out, very simply here, if we write it out, it's run a check on Google PageSpeed Insights. So insights, ensure that your performance score for desktop is 90 plus. That's kind of the standard that you want to go for. And for mobile, ensure that it's 80 plus. 80 plus is a good score. Realistically, it's very, very difficult to get to 90 plus. It is possible, but it is very difficult. So I would just say, don't pull your hair out. At the end of the day, we want to do the things, we want to do the 20% of things that are going to yield us the 80% of the results, which is why I'm going to try to make this video as concise as possible so that you could just do a simple audit. You don't need to do all these crazy things. There's people that do, 500 bullet point checklist items of things that you need to fix on your website, and you could be that thorough, but we only care about the things that are going to deliver the results. So this is what you would need to focus on. Don't overcomplicate it. Just keep it simple. So here, that's basically what I would look at. And then once you've done that, either pay a developer or agency to fix the website. And again, you're looking around $200 just the technical SEO, not for the entire SEO service, just for technical SEO, or fix it yourself, according to the recommendations from Google PageSpeed Insights, right? So that's what I would do. So that's the first thing that you want to do. Once you've run the technical SEO audit, now let's get into actually doing the proper audit to just rank for a specific keyword. So let's pretend that we are auditing my website. We're just going to use it as an example. I haven't optimized this in a long time, but we're just going to use this as an example. Let's pretend one of the keywords that I want to rank for is Oakville SEO. I was ranking for this for a very long time, for more than 2 years. And then after that, it's just dropped because I just haven't been trying to maintain the ranking. So it's a perfect example that we're going to use. So let's pretend the keyword is Oakville SEO. What is the first step that we need to do? The first step that we need to do is look up that keyword on Google. Because at the end of the day, if you're in a service, if you're a roofer, people are probably just going to look up roofer in your city. Or if you're a lawyer, they're going to look up personal injury lawyer in your city. If you're a mechanic in your city. So in this case, SEO is the service, Oakville is the area, so it's just Oakville SEO. Now, if I look that up, first thing that you want to do is take a look at who is currently ranking. So you could see that there are several different websites here. And when you're looking at these websites that are currently ranking, what you want to see is what kind of page are they using to rank for this specific keyword. And I can guarantee you that 9 times out of 10, they have created a custom landing page specifically optimized for that location. So you can see here, for example, thriveagency.com. You can see that the main kind of URL that they're using is this one right here. So it says Oakville SEO company. So they have a targeted URL that is optimized for this specific keyword. So that's the first insight that you should take for your own website. What you want to do is create targeted pages for each of your main keywords. So in this case, for Click Typhoon, if we look at our website, we could see that. So if I type in Oakville SEO, we could see that we have a targeted location page. So this is exactly what you want to do for yourself. So if you're a roofer, you want to create for each location a different area. So you could have a tab on your website that says areas we service. And underneath that, you could put all the different areas. You could put Toronto, you could put Mississauga, Brampton, Oakville. If you're in the US, you put the different states that you service, the different cities, etc. But the rule of thumb is that for the keyword you want to rank for, 9 times out of 10, you want to create a targeted web page for it. Obviously, there's exceptions to this, but we're trying to dumb this down as easy as possible. So that's the first step that I would recommend, is create a targeted page. Once you've created that targeted page, how do we actually write it out properly, and how do we actually optimize it? So typically when you're writing these pages, you want to write it with the intent to convert users into sales. If it's a primary keyword like your service plus location, most likely when people are searching this up, they're looking to work with you. They're looking for a specific service. It's not always the case, but we're just going to assume that the intent is transactional. So if you're a roofer in Toronto, you would create a roofer Toronto page. Once you created that page, you would write all the content that is optimized specifically to rank for that keyword. So you want to write everything that has to do with why you guys are the best roofers in Toronto. So you want to talk about what services you offer in Toronto. How long have you been servicing the Toronto area? Maybe you import some of your Google reviews from Toronto. In my case here, the keyword is Oakville SEO. So all this content, you'll see that we've mentioned Oakville SEO on this page multiple times. So we have here Oakville SEO, Oakville SEO, Oakville SEO. Here again, Oakville SEO. If I scroll down here, we have our pricing. We have some, more information about Oakville specifically. How do we handle your Oakville SEO campaign, etc. So you want to build out a page like this. I would typically say around 1,500 words worth of content. So that's the first thing that I would say when it comes to the on-page SEO. So that's, like I said, number one, identify the keyword you want to rank for. That's the first thing, right? Next, you want to build out a page, build out a targeted web page optimized for that specific keyword. And when it comes to optimizing for that keyword, how many times should you include it on the page? Very simply, 0.5% to 1% of the total word count should be your keyword. So in your case, it should be, if you're writing, 1,500 words, 1% of that or 0.5% of it. So ideally you want to go for around 1,500 words, I would say, is the sweet spot. So 0.5% to 1% should be your keyword. So should be your exact keyword. Okay, so once you've done that, the next thing that you want to do is make sure that the actual page includes the keyword in the right sections of that page. So when it comes to on-page SEO, there's something that we refer to as the 3 kings of SEO. So 3 sections, you want to make sure that you've included your keyword. Those 3 sections are your SEO page title, your SEO meta description, and your header 1 tag. So if we start off with the SEO page title, you can see here that for us, we've written that the keyword is Oakville SEO. So it's clearly mentioned right here in the SEO page title. That's the first thing that you want to make sure you include your keyword in. Next is the meta description. So here you want to write your keyword again. So in this case, it's Oakville SEO. For your case, it could be something different, but you want to include that in the meta description. The third section you want to make sure to include your keyword is the header 1 tag. And you should only have 1 header 1 tag per page. So the header 1 tag tells Google what that page is about. If you have a different keyword or you have multiple header 1 tags, this is going to confuse Google, because Google is going to say, well, what is this page about? Is it about Oakville SEO? Is it about hamburgers? Is it about pizza? I think I'm just hungry, to be honest. That's why I'm just listing all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you need to specify the exact keyword in the header 1 tag. So that's what you want to do. So those are the 3 sections you want to make sure to include your keyword. So very simply, again, step 1 is identify the keyword. Step 2, build out a targeted page for that keyword, around 1,500 words worth of content. So build out a targeted web page of around 1,500 words, optimize for that specific keyword. So you'll include the keyword 0.5 to 1% of the time. Next, include keyword, keeping it as simple as possible. Include keyword in your SEO page title, SEO meta description, and header 1 tag. Okay, Now, when we're writing the SEO page title, the meta description, and the header one tag, there are three things you want to make sure that you're doing when you're auditing your website. And you could check this, by the way, by using this tool. So you should download this tool right here. It's called SEO Meta in one click. You can get it for Chrome. So if you look up SEO Meta in one click, you can download it, and you'll be able to do this quick analysis for your on-page SEO. So when you go here, you can check what your SEO page title is, meta description is, and header one tag is. So for the SEO page title, you want to make sure that the characters is between 50 to 60 characters long. If it's longer than that, you need to shorten it. And if it's shorter than that, you need to lengthen it. You need to make it longer. So that's the first thing. So SEO page title should equal 50 to 60 characters. Okay. Next is your meta description. So the meta description, you need to write one, because I can't tell you how many times I have been in a scenario when I'm doing one of these audits and I'm realizing that these basic things that should be covered right away are not even there. There's no meta description. There's no SEO page title. There's like 6 header one tags. So all these things need to be corrected. These are all on-page SEO fixes that you can fix right away, because it's all stuff that is within your actual website. So meta description should be between 135 to 160 characters, no longer and no shorter. So in this case, it's 137. Ideally, you want to write as close as possible to the 160. Why? It's because you want to include, you have more real estate to actually put more keywords in that meta description if you write a longer one. So you could mention other variations of the same keyword. So in my case, I could mention, Oakville SEO companies, Oakville SEO services, Oakville SEO consultant. These are all different variations of the same keyword that I can include in the meta description, because right now I'm at 137, but technically I could write up to 160, but don't exceed that and don't get shorter than 135. So we'll say here, meta description should be equal to 135 to 160 characters long. And lastly, your header one tag, you should have one header one tag per page, only one. So if you have multiple, what you need to do is change those to header two tags. So I have here, this is a header one tag, and I have all these other subtitles. So these should be header two tags. There should be only one header one tag, and it should be at the top of the page, the very top of the page, because it is the first thing that Google is going to read when it's scrolling and crawling through your web page. So that's the last thing that you want to make sure. So one header one tag per page. Okay. And it includes keyword. All of these include your main keyword. So that's how you would go about doing the on-page audit. So again, the tool that you're going to use to do that, tool used is SEO Meta in one click. And for technical SEO, the tool used is Google Page Speed Insights. Okay. So now we've done our technical SEO check. We know what issues we need to fix. On-page SEO, we know how to analyze our page. We know that if we have an existing page for a specific keyword, then this is how you analyze it. Again, you use SEO Meta in one click. You're going to check the title length, the meta description length, the header one tag. You're going to mention the keyword and make sure that the keyword is in all three. And you're going to make sure that you actually have all three of these things, because a lot of times people are missing no meta description, there's no SEO page title, and people are paying agencies thousands of dollars every single month. And if they don't fix this within the first 7 to 21 days, fire them, because at the end of the day, this is this is like very, very basic stuff that needs to be fixed right away. So that's the first check or second check that you'll do after the technical SEO. The third check that you need to do is something called off-page SEO. Now, unfortunately, it's very difficult for me to showcase this without using a paid tool. So in order to do this in the easiest way possible, the tool that I would recommend that you get, the cheapest one that I know, is a tool called SE Ranking. So over here, SE Ranking, I think they charge like $55 a month, but you could use this tool to quickly do a check like this. So what I would do is when you head over to this tool, let me just quickly sign in. So when you quickly sign in, you'll have this section here called research and then competitive research. So I'll probably make another video about how to use this whole tool, but in general, this is the tool that I would recommend for small business owners or just business owners or people that are trying to do DIYers that are trying to do their own SEO. This is a cheap tool that is very, very good. One of the best, I would say, for the price and value that you get. So what you're going to do is take your web page URL. So in this case, we're going to go ahead here. Let me just quickly switch back. We're going to take that webpage URL we were looking at, which was Oakville SEO. So Oakville SEO. All right, so we're going to go here and we're going to put the URL. We're going to check off this box, and there's a section here that says URL. So if I click on this, what it will do is it'll analyze specifically that URL, just this URL. I don't want it to look at the whole website. I only want it to look at this specific. You can look at the whole website to see overall kind of how many backlinks and things like that you have. But in this case, we're just analyzing one specific page. Easiest way to do this. So we could see that this page on average gets around, it has 6 backlinks from 6 referring domains. This basically means, what's the difference between backlink and referring domain? Referring domain basically means a unique website. Backlinks is just a link. So you could have multiple links from the same referring domain, which is not what you want. Ideally, you want a 1-to-1 ratio, as close as possible to that. Obviously, sometimes you're going to get lots of links from the same site, but you ideally want unique websites linking to you, and of course, unique quality websites linking to you. So in this case, we have 6 unique websites linking to us 6 times. So 1 time per link, per website. So in your case, if you find that this number is 0, then that's something that you need to work on getting. So what you need to focus on is getting other websites within your industry to link out to the exact page that you want to rank. So in your case, or in this case, let's pretend this is the page I want to rank. So what I want to go ahead and do is find websites within my industry. So it could be business related websites. It could be blogs that blog about SEO, blogs that blog about marketing, any of these kinds of sites. Reach out to them and ask them to link out to me. Now, they're not going to do it for free. I'm just putting that out there. Sometimes they will. Sometimes they will if you have a good relationship with them. But more often than not, what they're going to do is ask for 2 things. Number one, they're going to ask you to submit an article that they could post on their website. So this is like a blog article. So you're giving their customers some sort of value. So let's say I reach out to a business website. They'll be like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll post your website. But what I need you to do is basically write a blog about, what is SEO? And in that blog, I'll put my link and then I'll give that to them. And then on top of that, they'll probably ask for money. So they usually will ask for like, $50 a link up to, $150 plus. Sometimes it can get really crazy. I wouldn't spend more than like $100 per link, to be honest with you. But it depends. It depends on the link. If the link is really good, it could be, $500, sometimes even more. Like I've seen people charging like $1,000 for a link. But for a beginner, let's just stick to around like $50 to $100 for that link. Now, the way that you're going to find these opportunities is very, very simple. So what you're going to do is look up Write For Us and then your industry. So in my case, it's Write For Us business. Let's just say it's business, right? Or even, you could get even more granular and write like SEO. So here you could see we have loads of different websites. So we have this website right here called iloveseo.com. We have another website called Outreach Monks, SEO Reseller. So if I click on one of these, we can take a look here. So it's going to say, there's little spiel about, what you need to do in order to become a contributor for this website. So here it says here, do you love SEO as much as we do? Then share the love. So here it's telling you what you can, why we should write for them, etc. Here, can I republish my submission on my blog? Do you pay for submissions, etc.? So you just need to follow these guidelines, and it will tell you exactly what you need to do to submit an article to this website. And in exchange for that article, you want them to link to this specific page. So in your case, if you're a roofer, you're going to do the exact same thing. So if you're a roofer company, you're going to do the exact same thing. So you're going to write for us, roofer. Done. So here, look, now we have a bunch of other people that are for roofing. If you're a lawyer, it's going to be the same exact thing. So write for us, lawyer. So again, these are different ones right now. So this one's called lawtruly.com, Law Fuel. So it's very niche relevant. If you're we'll do one more because it's like the same, it's the exact same process, right? So if you're a plastic surgeon, you're going to do the same thing, or real estate agent, you're going to do the exact same thing. So whatever industry you're in, you're going to type in write for us, your industry name. And that's what you need to do. But in terms of auditing your website and how to actually check how many backlinks you have, you will use a tool like SE ranking like this. put the exact URL and see how many links you have specifically to the URL that you want to rank. If you want to look at the whole website as a whole and how many backlinks you have, the only thing you need to change is click on this right here and click on domain.com. So you're going to go ahead and click on analyze, and now it's going to show me for the whole website. As you can see, we have 238 websites linking and 514 backlinks. So now you know what you need to adjust. If you find that it's 0 links or very, very low amount of links, then if it's a very low amount of links or no links, then you know you need to focus on your off-page SEO. And that's kind of the easiest way that I would say we gauge it. So here, again, for technical SEO, you want to ensure you have backlinks specifically to the page that you're ranking. So ensure you have backlinks pointing towards your specific page that you are trying to rank. All right. So that's what you want to do. And then on top of that, you want to make sure that the links, that if you don't have these links, that you actually go about getting those links. So reach out to niche relevant website publishers and ask them to link to you. And to find those people, again, you'll type in write for us plus your niche. So whatever your niche is, you're going to write for us plus niche. And once you do that, you want to make sure that they link to the specific page. So again, the tool that you're going to use in order to do this is SE ranking. So I'll put links for all these tools in the description as well, but now you know exactly what you need to look for. So that's the next thing that you want to do. All right. And last thing that you would want to do when you're doing an audit is, I would say, check your frequency of how much you're publishing in terms of your blogs on your website. Now, why is it important to have a blog? Regardless if you're a restaurant owner, if you're a real estate agent, lawyer, roofer, whatever industry you're in, before people work with you, they have a bunch of questions that you probably couldn't be bothered to answer. You don't want to deal with all these frequently asked questions and things like that. So the blog is great for 2 main reasons. Number one, a blog positions you as a brand authority in your niche, because before people work with people work with people that they trust. So before somebody works with you, they probably have a bunch of questions. So when you use the blog to answer people's questions before they work with you, you plant that subconscious seed in their head that, we know what we're doing. We're a thought leader in our industry. So at the end of the day, even though those people might not be ready to work with you today, it doesn't mean that they're not going to convert into potential customers later on in the future. So you want to use that blog to answer people's commonly asked questions. And number two, a blog is a great way to funnel highly qualified traffic to your website. And if you structure your website correctly, you could actually convert that traffic into new leads. So what you want to make sure that you're doing is that you're publishing at least 4 blogs a month. That's the bare minimum. I would say 1 blog a week, 4 blogs a month minimum. So that's what I would say that you need to do. So here you want to say, ensure that you are blogging and posting 1 new blog once every week. So 4 blogs a month minimum. All right. So that's what you want to make sure that you're doing. So that's for the content creation side. So you want to make sure that you're doing that at least once a week. Now, when you're looking at your blog, you want to see when you're auditing your website and you want to see kind of when's the most recent blog you've published. You want to just go ahead and click on your blog. You can quickly see. For me, it was January 9th, 2025. So I haven't even done this in a while. Like I said, I haven't really prioritized my website in a long time, but this is what you want to make sure that you're doing. Again, you want to make sure that you're publishing once a week. And when you're doing these blogs, you want to make sure that you're targeting keywords that people are actually looking up. So again, what I would do for that is use SE ranking. It's very, very easy. So if you go here to SE ranking, you go to keyword research, you could quickly type in a keyword. So let's say you're a roofer, right? So if I'm a roofer, I'll just type in roofer or just roofing, and I'll click on analyze. So I'll click on analyze. And if you scroll down here, there's a section that says questions. So these are loads of questions that are very easy for you to write a blog about that you could publish on your website and get some additional traffic. So you could see here, one of the questions is, how do you shingle a roof? That gets 880 searches a month and it's considered an easy keyword. Here, how do you remove moss on a roof? That's another one, 610 searches. How do you install a shingle roof? So here, how long do shingle roofs last? How do I cut metal roofing? How do you eliminate moss on roof shingles? It seems like moss is a very common problem with roofing, I guess. How do you install a roof vent? So these are some blog topic ideas. And what I would do is make a list of these. And then after that, I would start publishing every single month, every single week. And I would say that these blogs, you want to get them to be around 750 to 1,500 words max. But usually, typically, it's between 750 to 1,000 words. So that's what I would go ahead and do. So again, the tool that I would use would be SE ranking. So if you're on a budget and you're just trying to do this yourself, SE ranking is going to get the job done. It's a very, very credible tool, works very, very well, and it's very affordable. So that's how I would go about quickly analyzing your website and what you need to do. So again, to recap. So again, you're going to start off step one. You're going to go ahead and put your website in Google PageSpeed Insights and identify what is your current desktop score and what is your current mobile score. Once you figure that out, you're going to either go to a web developer or an agency, or you're going to do it yourself and fix the issues that it's listed underneath the recommendations for Google PageSpeed Insight. After that, the next step that you're going to do is the on-page SEO fixes. So you're going to go through every single page on your website and you're going to make sure that you have targeted content for each page. Each page should have more than 300 words, ideally 1,500 words for services and location pages. Then what you're going to do is make sure that you've included the keyword for each page at least 0.5 to 1% of the time. And then you're going to quickly check yourself using SEO Meta in one click the amount of characters in your SEO page title. So again, should be between 50 to 60. The amount of characters in your meta description should be between 135 to 160. And you're going to make sure that you have one header, one tag per page, and that your keyword is included in all three sections of that page. It needs to be included in those three spots. So that's the second thing you're going to do for the on-page SEO. And you're going to clean up all those pages. If you need to create a new page to rank for a specific keyword, so let's say, again, you're a roofer, you service Oakville, you don't have an Oakville roofer page, you create one. So you create one, and again, you will write 1,500 words worth of content about everything that has to do with why you guys are the best roofers in Oakville, how long have you been servicing Oakville, etc. And if you can't come up with ideas of what to write for the page, do exactly what I did, which is just look up that keyword. So again, you can look up Oakville roofers or Oakville roofing. In my case, it was Oakville SEO, and take a look at what the people that are on the first page in the top 3 positions are doing, see what kind of content that they're including, and then go ahead and do the exact same thing for your web page. Now, once you've built out the pages, you've optimized it. The last 2 things you want to do, number 3, is that you want to go ahead and check to see if you have backlinks pointing towards that page. If you created a new page, most likely you don't have backlinks, so you want to go ahead and start reaching out to people to put a link pointing towards that specific web page. I would allocate a budget of at least $500 to $1,000 for this. So this also negates anybody. If you ever end up working with an agency and they tell you, yeah, we'll do your SEO for $200 a month, it doesn't make any sense, because you need to allocate a budget, I would say, of at least $500 to $1,000 per month just for doing link building. So you want to make sure that you're investing in this properly. Link building is the equivalent of basically ad spend for organic results. That's how I think about it. So again, you want to go ahead and check how many backlinks you have. You want to check if you have any backlinks. If you don't, then this is what you would need to do. And again, you could do that check using SE ranking. And then lastly, you want to check your blogs. You want to check what is the rate of frequency that you're posting. Have you posted in a while? Are you posting once a week? If you're not, then that's something else that you need to correct. You want to make sure that you're publishing blogs that are relevant to what you do. And what you want to do is make sure that you are doing this consistently and linking to your main pages, because you could take those people and convert them. If you are writing a blog about roofing services, you could link to your roofing services page. In my case, for SEO, I could write a blog article about everything that has to do with SEO, etc., and then link to my SEO services page. Or maybe I could talk about SEO consulting and link to my SEO consulting page. So you want to use those blogs to help you navigate the traffic from your blog to your service page. So this is very quickly how I would go about analyzing your website, or how you should go analyzing your website to make sure that you are doing a proper audit. So hopefully that makes sense. And I look forward to helping you guys in the next future videos. If you like this video, go ahead and like and comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you actually have a website, go ahead and actually put it in the comments below. I would love to even audit it for you. I don't even mind. In the future, I'm trying to start it. Maybe I'll start a playlist. To be honest, you guys let me know of just auditing people's websites. So if that would be something that you'd be interested in, let me know in the comments. And go ahead and also post your website. I'd love to do an audit for you guys. Like I said, I've done more than 500 of these. So, this is how you go about doing it for yourself, very, very quickly, very simple. And I hope that you guys found value in this video. So wish you all the best and take care.